Hello there guys, it's your Publicaon here, back with another video, and today I'm going to do what if Deku was abandoned, part 31, hope you enjoy it. So like always, a small recap is needed, but if you somehow missed last part, click an I button right here. And if you want another part of this series, you know the drill, drop a like, and 600 likes I will make it. So last part, while Deku was training, Nijiri and Eri went to see him, and Eri was intrigued about Deku's glowing lights. And Nijiri got motivated to train even harder because Deku is doing the same. So they start training and Nijiri was able to unlock limit break 10%. But unbeknownst to them, Eri was watching them, and because she was intrigued about Deku's glowing lights, she was copying them. Deku was able to see her, same for Nijiri. After that they talked to her and they convinced her to start training with them, but first they need to teach her how to control her quirk. Then one day Mario called Deku because he need to have his talk with Night Eye. So Deku went to have his talk with him, and he revealed or theorized that All Might wanted to kill All For One, but he wasn't able to do it because of his hole in his stomach, and that All For One is planning something. And Deku told him that next time he see him, he will kill him. And midway through their talk, Ryuko arrived, and after that she took him with him to the billboard event. So they went and Deku met up again with Fat Gum and Ingenium. After that everyone got the ranking and Ryuko got the 5th place, not the 10th place in this what if. Then they start giving their speeches, and Hux gave his same one as the anime, but this time he called Deku to have a talk, and Deku give them a piece of his mind. And after that, the heroes start talking. Then the head of the safety committee want to have a talk with Deku. Deku immediately told her that he wouldn't accept any deals from them. One of her guards tell him to show respect, and after he start taunting Deku and tell him to not be cocky because of his achievement, Deku lashed out a bit, but Ryuko was able to calm him down. Then the head of safety committee speak up again and she apologized about their previous stunt. And with this, and considering what happened in the previous months and before that, they give Deku his hero license, his pro hero license. Deku accepted, but before they go, Deku shared his key with X-Shot and tell him to keep training. X-Shot agree. Then they ask him about his costume and Deku told them why he made it and the reason why it's black and slashes and everything around it. After that, Deku and Ryuko went a separate way. Ryuko went to her agency and Deku went to UA. And of course the fight between Hawks, Endeavor and the High and Doom will still happen, and Dabi show up and Miracle save them. And after Deku saw that, he started thinking that he need to talk with Shigaraki as soon as possible. Then later that night, Nijiri confront Deku and tell him why he was there at the billboard event. So Deku told her why, and he showed her his pro hero license. But Deku told her to keep it quiet. She accepted, and I think that's it for the summary, so let's begin. So after the event of last part, everything went on as normal, with Deku training with Nijiri and Eri. And because of Deku's knowledge on how to control the flow of energy inside your body, he was able to teach Eri how to control it. So she have way more control than the enemy at this point of time. And Deku is still searching for a way to contact Shigaraki. They need to have a serious talk. But since he cannot track his call because he's using a public phone booth, so he cannot track him even if he wants. So he starts relying on one of his abilities. Every day he's practicing on how to sense ki further and further. So one day while all of this is happening, Aizawa and All Might were called to a meeting with one of the Hero Safety Committee, or basically Aizawa 2.0. They start discussing which is the best sleeping bag. Wait a second, who wrote this? Ah damn it, not this, okay. So like the movie, Aizawa 2.0 tell them that they will send Class 1A to Nabu Island to guard it for a while. Of course, Aizawa and All Might were a bit skeptical about it. Then Aizawa tell him, don't you mean that you only want to send Limitless there? Well, yes and no. Limitless, by now I think you already know that he's a pro hero. Wait, what? They shout. He didn't tell you? They shook their head. Well, when we called him to come to the billboard event, the president personally gave him his pro hero license. Because like you already know, he's stronger than All Might. And you know the rest. They agreed with him, but they're still shocked about Deku being a pro hero already. Yes, he have the potential. Yes, he have the skills. Yes, he have the power. But he's still 16. So after this Snapfarm shock, Aizawa 2.0 tell them that even though yes, we will send him because he's a pro hero, so he will watch over them. But the point of this test, to put it mildly, is to let the other students get experience faster, because we need strong heroes in the future. Ever since All Might retired, the villains become way more bolder. Plus with all of one gone, they start fighting for territory. So like he expected, Aizawa said. Who expected what? Aizawa 2.0 asked him. Limitless. He theorized, or he predicted, that with All Might gone and All for One also gone, the society just lost her pillar and there is an empty throne for the villains to fight for. Who is going to be the strongest villain? And that actually shocked Aizawa 2.0. When did he predicted this? Pretty much after his fight against All for One. That's why he asked if he can use his power whenever he needed. I see. Well, anyway, like I told you, since he's a pro hero, he will be supervising class 1A. So basically you're hiring him, right? Aizawa asked. Aizawa 2.0 nod. They have only 1 week to prepare, so tell them as soon as possible. The teachers nod and Aizawa 2.0 leave. Then All Might sit on the couch and sigh. He's already a pro hero, huh? Did we hear him right? Aizawa nod and tell him, yep, he's a pro hero, right? Not going to lie, I'm a bit surprised it took this long. In terms of strength, he's already immensely strong. And in skills, he's already above mine. On top of that, he already have memorized a bunch of heroes' moves. Yeah, but why did he not tell you? I know that he will not tell me, because you know, but why not you? He respects you. Beats me, but we'll ask him later. So after that, they go to Nizu's office. They have a meeting because they will basically send the whole class to a faraway island. But for this meeting, he only called the teachers for class 1A. And if you don't know who they are, their teachers, there is Aizawa, obviously, Prask Mike, All Might, Cementos, and Ectoplasm. But he also called Midnight because sometimes she teaches them, like we saw in the anime. So they start discussing what will happen with class 1A. Then they heard a knock on the door, and it's Deku. He entered and told them, "You called me?" Aizawa nod. "So what can I do for you?" "Well, we're here to tell you that your class will be sent to Nabu Island in a week." Nabu Island? Why? Well, there was a pro hero there, but he retired. So for the meantime, we will send you and your class to take his place temporarily until we find another pro hero. Deku gets serious and tell him, "Let me guess, the Hero Safety Committee told you that, right?" "Yes," Aizawa reply, "but they are not going to send you along. That's why they're going to send the whole class to get experience. So don't worry, they are not going to use you because of your power." You sure? Aizawa nod. Okay. And before you ask, and I know you will, the reason they are going to send your class is because you actually put the bar pretty high up. Right? Pro Hero Limitless. I won there except for All Might, and Aizawa yell, "What? Pro Hero? What do you mean?" Deku sigh. "They told you, didn't they?" Aizawa nod. "Well, the cat is already out of the box, so... Do you remember when I was called to the billboard event?" They nod, and Deku proceed tell them what happened. "So basically, I'm a pro hero now." "It must be a dream, right?" Mike told them. "Please wake me up. He's 16. "Yep," Aizawa reply, "and he's stronger than you, so share it." "I am not getting paid enough." "No, you are," Deku tell him. "You are getting paid enough for being a hero and a teacher. I am the one who's getting used and not paid." "Well, you are," Aizawa tell him. "What? You are getting paid for this. Since you are the pro hero, they cannot just use you whenever they want. They can hire you now. So you will be in charge of class 1A doing the time will be on Nabu Island. So they will be under your care, and basically yeah, you're getting paid. So they basically give me your job for a short period of time, and you are getting a paid vacation on my dime." Aizawa smirk. "Maybe?" Timid? Fine. It's not like I can refuse. But did you tell my mom? You know, technically I'm her sidekick. Yeah, we will call her after this meeting. Okay. Then press my perk up and tell him to cheer up a bit. You're already a pro hero at 16. You're basically the youngest hero ever. Yeah, I know, plus, not going to lie, my class need experience because I'm not insulting you on anything, but they are not getting enough from normal things that we are doing here. Yeah, we know, but unlike you, they don't have as much experience as you, so just putting them through the toughest regime already from the beginning of the year will be basically... Yeah, I understand. They will not be able to keep up, or most of them will not. Aizawa nod, then President might tell him, and this is coming from the guy that expelled the whole class last year. You're getting stuffed, Aizawa. And Aizawa tell him to share it. Deku giggle a bit and tell him, so you want me to tell the class, or no, I will going to tell them tomorrow, so don't worry about it. You can leave now. Deku nod and he leave. Then the heroes start discussing about Deku getting a pro hero license at 16. But after Aizawa pointed the obvious, they understand. After that, Deku made his way toward 1A dorms, and when he arrived, he saw Eri and Nijiri training. He smiled after seeing that, and wanted to see him. They stopped, and Nijiri asked him where he was. So he told her about the meeting, and he told her that he would be gone after a week for a little bit, and after Eri heard that, she hugged his leg and tell him to not go. Deku go to her level and hug her. Eri, don't worry, it's not like I'm going forever. I will be back. You promise? He nod. So with that fast forward a couple of hours, then Deku got a phone call from Ryuko. He pick up, they talk for a bit, and she tell him that she already know, or they told her about his mission. I know that Nabu Island is a peaceful island to be there, but just be careful. You don't have to tell me twice, Mom. Yeah, I know. I just had to say it. And I appreciate that. So they talk for a bit, and that talk lead them to talk about Eri, how she's doing. Well, she's doing well. Her nightmares are mostly gone, just sometimes, you know, usual kid stuff. But recently, after seeing me training, she was intrigued, so... You're training her? Deku confirm it. So... try to not make her a superhuman already. Deku will laugh a bit. Don't worry, Mom, I will not. Currently, I'm only teaching her on how to use her quirk correctly. It's not that different from Nijiri's quirk and my powers, so we are making some good progress. Plus, do you remember in Kamino when Nijiri saved me? Yeah, what about it? Do you remember when she was covered with red aura? Yeah, well, she can use it again at will. Really? Yeah, but calm down. Don't make a scene. I don't want anyone that we don't want to know about this. I see, you're suspicious about All for One. Deku confirm it. That's why I told her to not use it at all in public. Her quirk is already strong enough. I see. And don't worry, I will make sure that she will not use it because you know that sometimes she forget. Yeah, I know, and thank you for that. Don't mention it. So, I need to go. Take care of yourself, son. I will, Mom. So they hang up and Deku made his way toward the dorms. When he entered, he started hearing that Mina is a bit loud, more than usual. So he asked Momo what's wrong, what's up, why she's more than usual. Well, Momo replied, but before she can finish her sentence, Mina approached Deku and tell him because of this. And she showed him her phone. And there is a video of Deku, Nijiri and Eri training. Really, Mina? You're spying on us? Well, not really. I found it really cute, so I recorded it. Plus, I like the part where you being a father with Eri, so... Deku sigh. You still going on with that? Come on, don't tell me you cannot see it. Did you not tell us that you don't like lying? You're right, I don't like lying. It's just a waste of time for me and energy. So why are you defensive about this? It's because I never had a father in my life. Not even a fake one. So I don't know how a father will act. Oh, I'm sorry, Izuku. It's okay, but now I think about it, the closest thing I have to a father was my boss at my old job. Since I was the youngest there, I was treated a bit differently than my other co-workers. He gave me some useful tips in life and he shared his experience with me sometimes. Even though I was a bit hard-headed that time, he was patient with me. Now I think about it. It's been a while since I last saw him. Next time I will be free, I will go see him. See, but I'm sorry once again, Izuku. Don't mention it. But, what? Mina asked him. Can you send me the video? Deku asked. Mina smirked and tell him, sure. So she sent it. Deku thanks her and went on with his day. So fast forward to the next day and everyone is in class. Then Aizawa enter and tell them about their new mission in Nabu Island. Ida raised his hand and tell him, sir, we are still students. Are you sure about this? Don't you think it will be better if we send or they send a sidekick or... Well, you're right. It will be better if we send someone else, but considering the previous event of this year, the Hero Safety Committee decided that everyone, especially the new hero in training, need to get more experience. I see, then Ida sit down. But don't worry, then Aizawa smirk. We will send a new pro hero with you guys. A new pro hero, they ask? Then he looked at Deku. Deku tell him, or thought, don't you dare. Yes, Aizawa tell them. Plus, you already know him pretty well, right? Limitless. Wait, what? Everyone shouted at the same time and they start looking at Deku. Pro hero, they ask him. Deku sigh and tell them, yes, that's why I was invited to the billboard event. I was given my license there. They were still shocked, then they asked him, why did you not tell us? Well, I didn't want you guys to feel inferior because of my achievement. And when they heard that, class 1 is sigh and smile. Then Momo approached Deku and tell him, Izuku, we won't. We are your friends. And we are happy that you are able to get it. And actually, you deserve it more than anyone else. Plus, we will not feel inferior. Actually, that will motivate us to work harder. You'll be like our own symbol. So don't worry about it, okay? Deku looked at them and told them, really? Then Kirishima approached him and told him, of course man. Then start going on his manly talk with his manly tears, and everyone give him their own version of they understand and they are happy for him. Deku laughed a bit, thanks guys, and he smiled, and everyone thought the same thing after they saw his smile. Okay, we did see this one before, but it will take some time to get used to it. Okay, I think that's enough for celebration, so you have 1 week to prepare, and class dismissed. So after that, everyone made their way toward the dorms, and in the way they start talking about Deku and him getting his license. And that actually fire up everyone, yes, that include Minato. Yes, he wants to become a hero, but he have other reasons why. But Deku told them to not tell the whole class about it, especially you, Mina, and Hagakure, okay? They left nervously because they thought of doing that. So when they entered the dorms, they were surprised by Class 3A throwing a party for Deku because he got his license. Everyone congratulated him. Then Deku started thinking, who told you guys? Then it hit him. Nijire, she told him, I didn't tell anyone except Yuyu, but... Oh my god, really Yuyu? Yuyu chuckled and tell him, well, it's kind of a big thing, so... Fine, Deku replied, but only our class and your class, that's it. I don't want the whole school know about this. Do we have a deal? They agreed. Then they throw a party, and at the end, Deku got an idea. He told Nijire and she found that is a good idea. So, can I come with you? You're free? She nodded. Okay. So the next day, Deku went to Nizu and asked for permission to leave UA for today. Why? He asked. It's for Eri. Why? Once again he asked. Well, like we can see, she's becoming more and more normal. But from my personal experience, I know that spending a lot of time in one place will make her feel like she's trapped again. Sure, it's not the same condition, but Nizu started thinking, I can see your point. And before he asked please Bonizu, I'm going with Nijire, so, well, that's reassuring. It's not like you're not enough, but having extra hands will help just in case. Okay, you can take Eri and be careful out there. Always Nizu, always. So Deku went to Eri and asked her if she wanted to go out for a bit. She asked him, go out? Yeah, like outside UA? I know it's been a while since you've been outside and I don't want you to feel trapped here. So how about we go out? It will be fun. Eri thinks about it and tell him, okay. Then Nijire joined them and the three of them went outside. Eri was a bit afraid since there will be a lot of people, but since she's basically in between Deku and Nijire, she feels safe.
And because Deku's popularity, people immediately notice him, and Nijire, and Eri. And because, like some of you told me, and my friend Blaze, Eri kind of look like Nijire's daughter. Sure, the red eyes and the grey hair are not matched with her blue eyes and blue hair. But think about it, since Nijire limit break power is red, so at the end, her hair and eyes would turn red, so like Eri. So the little family had fun, well, for Eri's sake, and a bit for Deku because Nijire knew that he didn't have a lot of fun when growing up. So even though it's not the same, she wants him to have fun, she wants all of them to have fun. And because I don't want to spend 5 minutes or 10 describing what they do, they basically went to an amusement park, then had lunch, then whatever you think they do after that. And after all of that, and because Eri is like 6 years old, she's already tired from walking and having fun, Deku noticed that. "You're tired, Eri?" She looked at him, smiled a bit and tell him, "Yeah, just a bit." Deku used his power to put her on his shoulders. "You can relax, Eri. Remember, you can rely on us." Eri smiled and thanks him. Deku smiled back. Then it hit Deku. By the way, if you don't mind, Eri, Nijire, can we go to a place?" "Sure," Nijire replied. So three of them walk, or Deku and Nijire walk. Nijire realized where they are. "Izuku, are we?" "Yeah, it's been a while, huh?" So they went to a building. Then Deku saw a group of people relaxing. Deku smiled, walked toward them and told them, "Still working hard, aren't ya?" All of them turned around and they were surprised to see Izuku here. It's because they are his previous co-workers. And by the way, he did put Eri down. So they greet him and they hug. One of them got to call the boss. Meantime, they ask him what he's doing here. "Well, I was in the area, so I decided to drop by. So how are you guys?" "You see, we're fine. How about you?" "It's a bit going the past couple of months, but overall, it's fine. We're glad that you are finally happy, Izuku." Deku smiled and thanked them. "Whoa, you smiling?" "Yeah." "Okay, what happened in that school? You never smile." Shut it." They laugh a bit, then the boss arrived. He was happy to see Deku again, and he can see the change in Deku, so he thanks Nijire for taking care of him. Nijire smile and nod, and Deku just sigh. Then the boss saw Eri for a split second because immediately when they make eye contact, she hid behind Nijire. "Who's the little girl?" "Oh, it's Eri. Come here, Eri, don't worry, they will not hurt you." Eri walked to Deku, still a bit shy, but she introduced herself. So the trio spent a few minutes there talking, and Eri realized that they are good people. And after Deku told her about them and how they know them, she opened up a bit more. But her attitude toward Deku and Nijire was not unnoticed by the adults, so basically everyone. So the boss approached Deku and asked him, "So what's the story between you and little girl? I can see that she's not just a kid that you know. Did you adopt her or something?" "What? What did you think of that?" "Because you're acting like her dad, that's why." "Even you." Well, then Deku proceeded to tell him how he met Eri, how he saved him from Shisaki, and how she was treated. "I see, so she had it just like you, but worse." "Yep, and all of this is because something that you don't have control over it." "Yeah," Deku replied. "Well, truth be told, this girl was lucky that you are the one who saved her. You know her pain, so you can help her. But don't forget about yourself. You're still a kid. And I know that you still have some problems. I am not going to tell you to stop helping her, but don't forget about yourself, okay?" "Yeah, I know, boss. I know." "I'm not your boss anymore." "I know, but you are the first person that I show respect to, and in a way, you are actually almost like a father figure for me, so get used to it because the name of boss will not leave you anytime soon." The boss smiled and tell him, "I know, kid, I know. And boss, since we're at it, thank you for taking me in. I know that I was a pain at the beginning, but thank you for sticking with me. Don't mention it, Izuku. I know that you are in pain, and there is no way I am not going to help someone that is trying to make a living of himself, and as long as I can help, I will do it." I guess they were right. You don't need to wear a cape to be a hero. Thanks for the compliment. But I'm going to let you have the hero work. I'm getting too tired and too old. So good luck in your future and try to be a hero, or pro hero. "Well, you don't have to wait, because I already am." "Wait, what?" "Yep." Then Deku showed him his license. It's been a couple of weeks since they give it to me, but basically I'm a pro hero now. Damn Izuku, don't you think that you are moving a little bit too fast? Well, kind of, but one thing I learned from you and life that destiny waits for no one. At first I was going to refuse because I already have a lot on my plate, but I remembered they told me that I need a license to use my powers, so having this will make things way easier. I see. Well, you always like to think ahead. Yep, that's me. Then Eri and Nijiri walk to Deku and tell him that they have to go back to UA. Well boss, then he put his hand on his shoulder. I know Izuku. Take care of yourself and have a nice life, and hope we meet again. We will, boss, we will. So go ahead, I don't want to keep Eri away from her dad any longer. Ha ha, very funny, boss. So Deku walk up to them. You ready? They nod. Then Deku put Eri on his shoulders and they walk back to UA. In the way, Eri fell asleep. You know, she's tired. It's been a long and fun day for her. So when they arrive at 1A dorm, they welcome them a bit loudly, like they always do. But Deku signaled to them to shut it and he pointed at Eri. So Deku took her to her room, and after they returned to the living room, they asked them where they were. So Nijiri told them. Then Mina sneaked to Nijiri and told her, do you have pictures? Nijiri smiled and told her, maybe. And because Deku have super hearing, he just sighed because he heard everything. So they went on and fast forward the next day. And while Deku is doing his normal routine, training, you know, and Eri is resting. I'll be getting so much comment about this, but anyway. Eri walked up to Mina and asked her, what's a dad? And that shocked Mina. You don't know? She shook her head, so she explained it. So that's why you're calling Izuku my dad. Mina not, but she started thinking, I'm going to die because of this, but it would be worth it. So after a while Deku returned, and Eri gave him water bottle, courtesy by Mina because she told her. Deku thanks her, and while he's drinking, Eri replied, don't mention it, dad. What did you call me, Eri? Eri was a bit surprised about his reaction and a bit afraid, so she apologized profusely. Deku calmed her down and told her it's okay, Eri. But let me guess, Mina told you to call me that, right? Eri nodded, then Deku glared at Mina. You're dead. Mina already accepted her fate, but she will die happy. Then Eri asked him a bit shy, so can I call you that? Eri, I'm just 16, so Eri looked down, then Deku sighed. He knows this feeling, so screw it. It's not like it will change anything, it's just a name. Deku smiled and tell Eri, sure thing, you can call me whatever you want, Eri. Really? Eri perked up. Deku nod. Eri smiled. Thanks, dad. It will take some time to get used to it, though. Then Nijiri finally show up and ask them what's going on. Nothing, Eri replied. Dad just returned. Wait. Dad? Yeah, then she pointed at Deku. Deku nodded and he pointed at Mina. Any last words? It was worth it, Mina replied. But wait, since she already called you dad, that means that Nijiri is her mom. And after hearing that, Nijiri blushed, and Deku's habit of thinking ahead start making him think the future with Nijiri. So Mina took this opportunity and runs away. So after whatever this is, fast forward a few hours, and while Deku and Nijiri are in his room, Deku asks her if she still thinks about what Mina told her. Yeah, sorry about that, Deku replied. Why are you sorry? To drag you into this? We've been only dating for a few months now, so I definitely know that this is way too early to, well, you know, and I don't want to force anything on you. Nijiri hug him and tell him, you're not Izuku, so don't worry. Plus, this is going to be my last year, so sooner or later I need to start thinking about my future. At first I just want to become a hero, but after meeting you, well, I still want to become a hero, but I also want to be with you. Plus, what Mina told Eri is kind of true, even your boss told you that. And not going to lie, when I saw that side of you, I fell for you even more. Deku blushed and hugged Nijiri back. You sure? She nods. Well, if you don't have any other plans, Mr. Pro Hero, now you have done it. And you know what happened next. So with this, fast forward the week, and Class 1A are heading toward Nabu Island. Eri, like we expected, was a bit sad that Deku is going, but she knew that he will come back,
and she's with Nijire. So after that, time skip to Nabu Island. So when they arrive, immediately Momo and Ida decide on a plan. So since the whole class except Deku doesn't have a lot of experience in agencies, they will be doing most of the work. And for Deku, he'll be mostly on standby, just in case if something urgent come up. He's the fastest here and strongest. You sure about this, guys? They nod. Sure, if I know this is going to happen, I should have brought Nijiri with me. Unbeknownst to them, back to the mainland, like the movie, the League of Villains, or copy of the League of Villains, are transporting something or someone. Then the pro heroes try to stop them, and this time they did not do too much damage for them, just enough to push them back. You know, Shigaraki's orders, they are trying to change. Yes, they know they will be having some resistance from the heroes, but they will not kill true heroes. Except Dabi, he still wants to kill Endeavor, but except that, they are changing. So you know what happened, Endeavor used his permanence burn, and the League of Villains turned into mud, and they found that life support device empty. And basically, Nine and his team do the same thing as the anime, trying to take the quirks, you know the drill. But this was not unnoticed by the Hero Safety Committee and Shigaraki. In this what if, they know that Deku destroyed completely any trace of the drug or the quirk erasing bullet. So the only explanation that they have is there is someone that can take quirks, and I don't like the sound of that. Same for Shigaraki. At this point of time, he started understanding that All For One liked to manipulate people. So he started questioning everything that he do. On top of that, he started having some dreams. He had them for a while, that's why he know his name is Tenko. And he started thinking that these dreams are not just dreams, they are his memories. But he doesn't have the full picture just yet. Anyway, back to our heroes. They are doing the same thing as the anime. Then they got a phone call telling them that there is a kid is missing. Jiro was going to take it, but Deku stand up and told her, the island is too big, I will cover it. So he's just a little kid, right? Momo nod. Deku closed his eyes, start focusing, and after a few seconds, found him. They were surprised. Really? Deku nod. There is a small presence away from everyone, but there is two of them. Who called you, Momo? Who told you about the missing kid? It sounded like a little girl. Well, I think that's cover it, since there's two kids there, but just in case, I'm going to flew there. Be back in a sec. So Deku flew there, and after a few seconds, he arrived. Katsuma was surprised to see someone flying toward him, and Deku asked him, you okay? He nodded. And by the way, I know that you're hiding there, so come out. Then Mahoro show up and tell him, how did you know? I'm really good at what I'm doing. So let me guess, you're the one who called? Mahoro started taking some step back, and then Katsuma told her, like he told her, it was a bad idea. Then he apologized to Deku and explained the situation. So you are testing me? That's weird. Mahoro got flustered and she took Katsuma with her, and in the way they have the same exchange as the anime about him trying to be a hero, and she tried to protect him from being one because it's dangerous. So while Deku is flying back to to their agency or temporary agency, he started thinking that he never expected that, and that made him chuckle. So when he arrived, he told them what happened. They found it a bit weird, but Deku told them, well, life is weird in general. I'm glad that this kid is just safe. So fast forward a few hours, then Katsuma come and start apologizing to Deku once again. They talk for a bit, then Deku remove his mask and Katsuma immediately recognize him. Wait, you are Limitless, right? The hero that is quirkless? Damn, this name already follow me all the way here. Yep, that's me. So what do you advise, Katsuma? Yes, the hero's job is dangerous, but as long as you have the heart and the motivation to move forward and helping people, and of course take care of yourself, just go for it. Don't let anyone else tell you what you can and can't do. Quirk or not, we decide our future. Katsuma smiled and thanked him, and he went on his way. Then that old lady thanks Deku for taking care of him. Then she recognized him. Oh, it's you. I did not recognize you because of your mask. I know, that was the plan. I don't like showing my face too much. I see. Then she thanked him for everything. Don't mention it, ma'am. Then things went on as the anime, and of course Bakugo was not doing anything. You know, he was reading the book about the island, I think. I am not sure about it. And since him and Deku did not do anything, they were left with a night shift. Of course they had dinner from the villagers, you know the drill. Then Katsuma come to them and tell them there is a villain. Both Deku and Bakugo rush toward the location and they saw a giant monster. But immediately before they attack him, Deku stop. And when Bakugo noticed that, he also stopped. Mahoru, I know that you're there, and I know this monster is just an illusion. Mahoru was surprised and she blew her cover and tell him, how did you know? It's because I can sense living things, and this thing is not alive. How do you think I was able to find your brother that fast? She huffed a bit. Katsuma apologized for his sister's behavior. Then Bakugo said something that shocked Deku a bit. He told them that don't do that again because who knew, maybe someone else need help and we are busy here because of your lie. Katsuma apologized once again. Then Deku grabbed both of them and told them, I'm going to take you home. Then Bakugo looked at Deku and started flying toward the agency, and Deku just vanished. And he dropped the two kids at their home. Then he went down to their level and told them, or tell Mahoru, look, I understand you're trying to protect him from being a hero. And in a way you're right, the hero's job is dangerous. But it's because of heroes that people are alive sometimes. Sadly, not everyone can save themselves. That's when hero comes and give you a hand. And if you bother want and can do it, don't stop him. Sure, what you're doing is not wrong, but it's also not right at the same time. Well, it's getting pretty late, so go inside and have a nice night. Then Deku vanished toward the agency. When he arrived, he saw Bakugo. Deku walked past him and tell him, you're changing. Good. Then he walked away. So fast forward a bit. Then Deku suddenly can hear some explosions from far away, super hearing. So he alerts everyone and tells them there's some explosions in a dock. Quickly everyone follow him, or they try, because Deku is faster than them. Bakugo was the last to wake up because he had the night shift. So when he put on his costume and started walking outside, he was stopped by a phone call and tell him there is some villains. He heard Mahoru, but unlike the anime, he heard Deku telling them about explosions and he's a change man, so he told them he will be there. Back to Deku's team, when they arrive, he saw Mami, Chimera, and Slice. They were going to split, but the group stopped them. Are those heroes? How do they know that we are here? Plus, they are just kids, Mami said. Doesn't matter, let's deal with them quickly. So Deku ordered everyone that cannot fight or their core cannot help in fighting to evacuate everyone from the area. So that leaves Deku, Kirishima, Kaminari, Aoyama, Sero, and Todoroki against the three villains. Deku started fighting Chimera, and it went like he just expected. Chimera immediately realized that he's in a back foot against Deku, with him just using 100% state of his base. So he started transforming and fire a mouth beam toward Deku, and Deku was not expecting that, but he was able to block it in time. His costume though was a bit damaged, and that led to his mask to fall off, and one kick Chimera. So his face, he froze and started taking some step back. Wait, you are him. What are you doing here? Deku smirk, stopping you. Deku immediately powered up 10% of limit break and punched in the gut that knocked him out instantly. On the other hand, Mami and Slice are fighting the other heroes, so Mami was able to capture some of them, but Todoroki was able to freeze his bandage or whatever the name of that, so he was able to free whoever was captured. Slice tried to attack him, but using Kirishima, Squark, Hardening, and either Reciprocal Burst, they were able to beat her easily. Then Todoroki made an ice wall in front of them and he melted using his flames. The villains are asking what he's doing, because the only thing that thing was able to do is make them wet. What do you think making us wet will help you? Then Kaminari smirked and jumped toward them and told them, okay, quick question, what do you think will happen when you're wet and touch electricity? Their eyes widened and Kaminari used his electricity to shock them both, knocking them out. Then the group that was escorting everyone away returned. Then Momo created almost like a scarf and wrap it around Mami, and for Slice, Mina had an idea and used her acid on her hair. She did not remove everything, but enough. Then Deku dragged the unconscious Chimera and they were able to capture him. Then Deku can hear explosions from far away. He started flying there, and what happened exactly is after Bakugo got the phone call, he started flying toward the location, and this time he's the one who was able to save Katsuma and Mahoru from 9. He tried to fight him, even though he's stronger, 9 was still far stronger than him, plus he have multiple quirks. So after 9 was able to capture Bakugo using one of his dragons, Bakugo fired a massive explosion toward him, and at the same time Mahoru used her quirk to create a massive illusion of Bakugo and he's hurt. And after seeing that, Deku fly at top speed toward them, and he punched 9 using 30% of limit break away from Bakugo, doing some damage. He was able to completely destroy the mask on 9's face. "You okay?" Mahoru and Katsuma nod. Then they point at Bakugo. "You okay, Bakugo?" Bakugo nod, but he's still holding his ribs. Deku was going to heal him, then he was hit by a dragon that slammed him against the ground. "What was that?" Deku comment. "I'm using 30%, but still." Then Deku took a look at 9 and he saw some similarities with All For One. "Watch it, Izuku, he have multiple quirks." "Multiple quirks?" Deku asked. Bakugo nod. "So just like him, huh?" "What do you want?" Deku shouted. "I want that boy. I want his quirk." "Sorry, that's off the table. The only thing that I will give you is a 1 ticket way straight to prison." Deku quickly fired a dragon cannon toward them. 9 was able to block it somewhat using his walls of air or energy, whatever that was. I think it was wall of air. Anyway, after the explosion was able to push and hurt 9 a bit, he recognized Deku and he knew that he will be a nuisance, so he need to take care of him fast. And after Deku saw 9 still standing, he was shocked a bit. How strong is this guy? Then Deku can sense that he's getting stronger by injecting something on his back. Deku tell Bakugo to take the kids and run away from here. And the second he said that, a legion of dragons toward them. Bakugo, because he's the closest, he quickly grabbed Matsuru and Katsuma and start dodging as much as he can. But there is a lot of them and Deku is doing most of the work. Then 9 yelled, "Give me that kid!" Bakugo grabbed him tightly and told him that he will not. He knew that he was a bastard, but not anymore. He will save life no matter what. So go ahead, do your worst. I am not handing them over. And when he finished his speech, Bakugo can feel something odd but familiar. Something that he lost because of his selfishness, but before it went away, it gave him one last gift. The last embryos of One For All are still dormant inside Bakugo. Yes, even though he doesn't have a place inside One For All, because my story did with it, he still had it just enough for her to leave her mark. And this power was dormant because he was not pushing his body to his limits and he was not calling for it anymore, but this time he knew that he needed more power to save them, and this is his second wind, and Deku can feel it. Even though it's not as strong or as present with Mirio, he can definitely say that that's the power of One For All. So Bakugo's hair spike up, electricity start coming from his hand and eyes. He stick his right hand and fire a massive explosion toward 9, completely destroying the dragons that were coming toward them, or what's left of them, because Deku did destroy the majority of them, and that gave him a window to put the kids away from them. Then he joined Deku to fight. And after seeing that, Deku smiled and power up 50%, and both of them charged at 9, and this 9 is stronger than canon or the movie, because even though Bakugo's attacks are strong, 9 is able to avoid and sometimes tank some of them, but with Deku being there and he's stronger than Bakugo even using 100% One For All, they quickly push 9 to a corner. Bakugo fired his explosion at him and Deku fired his dragon cannon. The two attacks collided with him directly, doing a lot of damage. And to end the fight, both of them charged at him. Bakugo throwing a Detroit Smash, his last Detroit Smash, and Deku just a normal punch. And that combined attack created a massive shockwave that slammed 9 against the ground, knocking him out instantly. Plus his body is full on purple because of his drug or whatever that was. So Deku started flying down and he saw that Bakugo is unconscious. He grabbed him and started thinking, he did change, huh? Then everyone, I mean Class 1A and the kids, come to see them. They saw Bakugo unconscious and his hands are purplish. It's been a while since they last saw his hand like this, ever since the sport festival actually. So Deku quickly healed him. Yep, I don't think that he will be able to use that much power anymore. Really? How do you know? Just a feeling. Obviously Deku doesn't want to tell them about One For All because it's not his secret. But anyway, did you guys call the pros? They nod. So after a while the pros arrive. Bakugo, like the enemy, still is unconscious. Nijiri quickly rushed toward Deku and basically tackled him to the ground. She was worried, but Deku laughed a bit and told her, "Don't worry, I'm fine." "You sure?" Deku nod. And after Yuku checked on Oraka and Tsuyu, you know, they are her sidekick, or technically they're doing a work study, but whatever. After that she went to check on Deku, her son. She was going to check on him first, but she saw that Nijiri is already doing that, so she let them have their moment. And by the way guys, unlike the anime, 9 is captured. And while everyone is wrapping things up to go back to UA, a portal opened up and high-end Numu walked out of it. He grabbed 9 and pushed him through the portal, and when Deku saw that, he immediately powered up and launched toward the Numu, and he tried to go past him to grab 9, but the Numu stopped him and they start fighting. By the way, Endeavor is there and he commented that the Numu look almost, or it's the one he fought a while back, but it's stronger. Then the Numu starts spitting out second generation Numus or white Numus around him to aid him. Everyone started thinking of a plan, but Deku just had enough. How many people have to die for them to create this? So Deku power up to 50% once again. He fly above the Numus and start firing multiple ki blasts at them. A lot of them. And the area was covered with smoke. Then the high-end Numu fly out of the smoke and went straight to Deku. They start fighting, or the actual term is one-sided beatdown. Deku is relentless. He starts punching the Numu so hard, he creates shockwave after shockwave. The Numu tried to regenerate. It was working for a bit, but it was not able to keep up with Deku's onslaught, especially when he started using his electricity. Then after Deku delivered a shocking punch to the Numu that froze him in his place for a couple of seconds, Deku took the opportunity and formed a ki blast in his hand. A bit weird than the previous one because it looks more powerful, but not enough to break his bones. And he launched it at the Numu, creating a massive shockwave, an explosion that sent the Numu crashing into the ground just beside the other Numus. Deku flied down a bit far away from them, his aura burst open, then he powered up to 100%, then he started charging an atomic dragon cannon, then Deku fired it at them, completely erasing every Numu and ground around them, and because there is water around them, he technically split the ocean in two. And that shocked everyone except for Deku's friends, Ryuko and Nijire. Then Deku powered down a bit, he turned around and started walking toward 9's lackeys and tell them, "Where is he?" Chimera tell him, "What?" Then Deku punched him in the gut. "I will not ask again," Deku growled. "We don't know." Deku got agitated and he was going to punch him again, but Nijiri stopped him and tell him that's enough. He's not lying and you know that. Deku powered down and 9's squad was taken away, and with this I'm going to stop it right here. So what do you think of it guys? What do you think will happen with Shigaraki? What will happen with 9? What will happen next in general? Leave your thoughts in comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, it helped me a lot. And if you want another part of this series, like I told you, 600 likes and I will make it. And if you are new, subscribe, there is more videos like this coming. And like always guys, peace.